You know, I love to hunt the rut, the peak of the rut, pre-rut. I like all of it. It's action-packed, it's really fast-paced. You know, in southern Iowa, our deer have very little pressure on them where I hunt, and so it's a very natural state of rut. You know, you get to see these deer interacting, vocalizing, you know, coming to the calls, and it's all kind of in their natural state because they're not real pressured by human. But, you know, being an old waterfowler, I love going into the woods during the rut, knowing that, you know, I can grunt, I can snort wheeze, I can rattle, you know, I can get aggressive with these deer, and you see a lot of activity. You know, on a good rut day in southern Iowa, it's almost, you know, unbelievable, but every time you hit them horns together, you're gonna get deer coming, you know, whether it's a 1.5 or 2.5-year-old buck or a 5.5-year-old buck, you know, it's constant activity. And I really like that aspect of, you know, the peak of the rut hunting because it's fun, it's nonstop action.
It's November 14th, we're in southern Iowa, Decatur County, and it's a perfect morning.
You know, one hunt that really comes into mind is the year I shot the main event. You know, it was November 14th, and we came into a set that we typically hunted in the evening.
Finally got a south wind. We're gonna hunt one of my better spots, but it's a spot that I normally hunt in the evening, so we're kind of throwing a curveball at him.
You know, we've been on a, you know, 2-week drag where everything was getting old and we were getting, you know, aggravated with each other, and the cameraman and I were, you know, fighting and bickering, and I just changed it up and we went into this evening set, you know, first thing in the morning, and then, you know, we knew we were gonna bump some deer out of there, but I knew once I got to that stand and everything calmed down that I could see a long ways and there was gonna be a lot of deer activity and I could call at them, and I knew that they'd respond. You know, we're at that point where the bucks were just coming off being locked down, and I thought that, you know, being able to see for 400, 500, 600, you know, yards in every direction, if I seen the main event, I knew I had a good chance at calling him in, and that's exactly what happened. You know, the morning started off good. There was younger bucks running around and they're chasing does, and there's a lot of activity, but then about 10 o'clock in the morning, right as stuff started to slow down a little bit, you know, I looked over to the south of me.
It's him, it's the main event, he's back in that corner.
And I've seen those beams too many times to know who it is, and as soon as I seen that one side where he's got a big old swoo in his main beam, I knew it was him. And 400 yards away, what else can you do? You know, typically you just sit and watch that deer, but during the peak of the rut, I grabbed them horns, you know, and just start beating them together. I mean, we're talking beating antlers together to where you'd break fingers and hands, you know, if you hit yourself. But we just started getting real aggressive, and we started rattling real hard, and we got his attention, and it took 2 or 3 times. You know, but finally we got him irritated and got him mad, and when he decided he was coming, he came on a string. You know, this deer came from 400 yards to 15.
Okay, you're okay. He's moving down that fence line. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. He's actually coming pretty quick too. I can't believe we just rattled in a 200-inch deer, dude, from 400 yards and killed him at 20 yards. Unbelievable.
Calling a deer in from 400 yards to the base of the tree, you know, that's exactly why, you know, we hunt the rut. That's the pinnacle of peak rut.
Oh boy, look at this animal. Look at that. Absolute giant. Just like I thought, 27, 28-inch beams and a wall of tines to die for.
You know, these are all things that have helped me during the rut, and that's why I love the rut so much. So you better believe that when November rolls around, I'm gonna be in the woods in southern Iowa with my trusty bare bow.